Hi, I want to welcome you to Math 153, the online section W07. My name is Mary Elizabeth Gore. I am your professor for this section. I just wanted to take a short few minutes to give you a little tour of the course so that you're just more familiar with navigating it so that you can complete your assignments and learn in a faster way. So here we are at the landing page. When you get in, there's a welcome announcement. Please read through this thoroughly so you'll know kind of what's happening in week one. One of the things you will be asked to do in week one is to complete some assignments within Hawks. Hawks is going to be our book for this course, and I want you to complete a few assignments. So let's click on content. That's where we'll find everything. Under content, we have, let's see, we have the syllabus and the course calendar. I will click on this before I speak about Hawks. You can see here is our syllabus. You can click that open and see all the requirements for the course and the way we're going to grade you. Also, one thing that's super important that's worth a look is this tentative schedule for our 14-week class. So it's here, it's 2 pages, you can print it out front and back, and it gives you a week by week agenda for what you might want to look over. And then of course the things in the last column here to the right are what's due at the end of the week and the exact time and day that they're due. So you can kind of see that it goes through the entire semester all the way to the finals week. So this is a handy thing to refer to. Download it, print it, whatever makes makes most sense for your study habits. I will say that your first thing that is due is an initial discussion post that's due Wednesday. That is 1/28, January 28th at 11:59 p.m. Now I have our initial threads posted on discussion weeks on Wednesday at midnight so that everybody has something contributed, and that way we can have some discussion that goes back and forth the remaining days of the week, that is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. So always on Wednesday of the discussions weeks, you're going to have that initial thread due. You can refer to the discussion portion of the menu up here for where my mouse is to find that discussion thread that you need to work with. All right, back to Hawks. This is our book. So if we go down to Unit 1 lessons, this is Unit 1, sort of like it contains chapters 1 through 5. If I click on chapter 1, come down here, you can see here's chapter 1. It's just one sort of condensed lesson here. We're going to click on this external learning tool. This will take you to Hawks, and it's going to open up exactly at lesson 1.1 through 1.8. Now, Hawks has 3 landing places. It has the Learn, the Practice, and the Certify. The Learn, if you click on that box, is essentially your textbook. So what we have in here is some reading you can go through, some definitions here in the typical boxes in math books. Also, I've provided a few extra examples here that I feel like it needed an example or so more. So if the screen is ever split, it's me adding in videos or more examples or multimedia experiences and so forth. So here's a quick video you could watch that might help you understand what it's speaking about above. But there's 6 pages, including the entry page with a big photo. Not much reading for this, and you would read through this. So that's where you would learn. Then we have practice. And what practice is kind of like if you think about your math classes before once you finish learning something, the teacher might say, hey, go work problems 1 through 25 odd or something like that in preparation for next class. That's what this is. It's questions you can go and practice. So it's going to give you some questions about what you just read about. These are a lot of vocabulary and terms, so you can see it's just sort of a definition, application of a definition here. And you can skip through here, answer different questions. There's 10 of them, and it'll give you instant feedback as to whether you get them correct or incorrect. This is not great at practice. However, if you practice, then the certify portion, which is the third landing place on any lesson, is where you will get your grade for this lesson. It's sort of like the official homework assignment. So if we start here, also 10 questions that are super similar to the ones you practiced on, and you can answer these. Now, with this, you can see that there's a little heart up here that appeared with the number 2, which means you can get 2 incorrect here, and then you will have passed the lesson. If you get more than 2 incorrect, this is kind of like your lives if you're thinking about a video game. If you get more than 2 incorrect, it's going to make you start over and try again. Now, this is to ensure that you've learned it. It's mastery, is what we call it in teacher language, and to make sure that you've learned the lesson. Now, the cool thing is, even if you get a few wrong and you get through, if you can master this and get through the certify without losing all your lives or your hearts, you will get a 100% on the assignment, regardless if you got 1 incorrect or 2 or 0 incorrect. You will still get 100% in your Brightspace column for this assignment. So that's kind of a nice added benefit. You'll see that when you get into these, you definitely have some hearts here. Pay attention as you progress through it so that you can complete, learn, and get 100% for the assignment. Now, as I go back, you can also save and exit. So once you start one of these, if you can't finish for some reason, you're distracted, dinner, work, you can always save your progress. I want to go back one more time to practice because I forgot to point something out. Inside practice, there are tutor buttons here that you can utilize. So when you're practicing, there are tutor buttons. You can notice there's an AI tutor over here that you can access if you need help with anything or you're just having trouble understanding, which is great. But once you get into the certify, here we are again, I'll click back into it. Notice those little help portions are not there. So they're hoping that you're doing this, understanding it from what you learned, showing your mastery, and of course, getting your score. So that's our course. You can see that we have 3 units, and each unit is followed by a test. And as these dates come up, I will give you lots of information about test 1, test 2, and test 3. So if I wanted to go and do the next one, here's chapter 2, and you can see there's an external learning tool. Chapter 2 has 2 separate lessons you would learn from chapter 2, and you would go in and complete each of these. Please reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever about the course. I'd love to help you. I have 5 office hours a week. You can see those. The last thing I'll show you under professor information. These are the links to my office hours. They'll take you to they're all virtual here that you can attend. Pop in for 5 minutes or the whole hour. It doesn't matter. If you have questions, I love to help. I love this subject matter. Is why I teach it. I will say that you can attend any of these as well on campus at my office if you choose, but they're all available via Microsoft Teams, and these links are specific to the day and time, so make sure you click on the actual link for Friday from 10 to 11 if that's when you intend to go to an office hour. This one evening office hour on Wednesday is exclusively on Microsoft Teams. I'm not on campus for that. I am for the other ones. I'm on campus and on Teams at the same time. But the evening one, I am not on campus, so that one you can only attend via the Teams link. Have a great semester. I hope everyone's success, and please reach out. I'm here to help, and hope to see you soon.